Broadcasting from Cincinnati, you're listening to the Ringside Reporter podcast. All the news from the world of boxing right here.
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you.
Now, here's your host, Eric Lorda.
And we are live. Welcome to the Ringside Reporter Show, where we talk about the latest boxing news. If it's related to boxing, we'll talk about it right here. My name is Eric Lorta, and I'm here with my co-host, Joe Habib. We got a great show for you today, and if you want to call and ask questions, you can't. Just use the chat. Just use the chat to ask us any questions you need. Blog Talk, well, I'm going to I'll give you two guesses. It's up or down. So it's down again. And I'll be honest, Habib, I'm going to go ahead and go on a rant here for a minute because I'm really irritated with this. You know, you pay X amount of dollars for Blog Talk a month. It's not cheap. It's not, listen, it's money. It's money that goes out, but you don't get what it comes, it's like you're buying a service and you don't get to have the service. And that it irritates me. I'm done with Blog Talk. We're going to find another platform. I'm done for the time being. We're done with Blog Talk. No calls until we say so or whatever. In the meantime, you want to ask us a question, ask us in the chat. We usually get those questions answered anyway. But just very disappointed in this program. And from what I understand, Blog Talk's going out of business in January anyway. And listen, man, this is why. I mean, if you're wondering why they're going out of business, they were such a great platform. This is why they're going out of business, because they can't figure the things out. It's like going to the grocery store. There's no groceries there. Like, what are you doing? Paying for electricity and you can't turn your lights on. Same deal, man. It's awful. I've been ranting about Aaron Daly. Thank you so much. We've been ranting about Blog Talk for 3 years, and you'll say you'll be leaving, but here we are. Well, this time I mean it. We're done. I'm breaking up with Blog Talk. It's going to be a Taylor Swift song now, me and Blog Talk. How about that? There you go.
Can only push someone so far.
Right,
Daly. Can only push someone so far, Aaron Daly.
That's right, Aaron Daly. You remember that.
Can only cheat on someone so many times before they walk out the door, Aaron Daly. That's how it is in life,
And we've had our fill here. I'll tell you that right now.
That's right.
Hopefully you guys are really done with Blog Talk this time. We are done. We're done. All right, let's get it started, man. ESPN. Wow, the big upset. This is upset of the year. Might be the upset of the last 5 years. I don't know.
This was a huge one.
Jaime Mungia versus Bruno Surace. Bruno Surace knocks out Jaime Mungia in the 6th round in Mungia's hometown of Tijuana. Upset of the year. No one even comes close here. How big of an upset was this? Let me tell you this. Coming into the fight, Bruno Surace was unbeaten, but only had 2 draws and only had 4 knockouts out of 25 fights. 25 fights. He only had 4 knockouts. Mungia had never been knocked out in over 40 fights. All right. This was all over Mungia for a showcase fight. No question. This is why Bruno Surace, this is why he was brought in. This is a showcase fight if I've ever seen it, right? Homecoming. They called it the homecoming. He's in Tijuana, his hometown, everything like that. The 2nd round, Mungia had all but Surace out, man. He connected with a big left hand, dropped him. There was about a minute 30 left. Mungia came forward and tried to swarm Surace, but he got caught. Did you see when he got caught, Beeb? In that 2nd round, he came in there, a minute left. Should have been able to finish him because he was out. I mean, you seen him. He was wobbled. He got back up and he came in as Mungia came in, charged him, started throwing punches, and next thing you know, he got clipped. He got clipped twice with a 1-2. And at that point, he backed up. He still came forward. He was still Mungia, but he knew he had something coming back. So he really watched it, and that actually enabled Surace to actually make it out of the round. I was really impressed he actually made it out of that round.
He was hurt.
He was very hurt.
Thought he was done.
He should have been. With a minute 33 left, Mungia just floored you, and you get up, and he was in a bad way when he got up. And but like I said, man, he clipped him. And we've always talked about Mungia getting hit with big shots. He always seems to be open and get hit with shots, but he doesn't go anywhere because he's got this chin. He's got that iron chin. So you really don't worry too much about it. You worry about him getting, outpointed. You're worried about him getting, different things, but not like that, man. No way,
The crazy thing, too, is we've seen him get hit with hard shots very similar to, or at least just from the visual of it, We've seen this guy's head get snapped back like a ping pong ball in certain spots.
He was
Canelo hit him.
Yeah, I mean,
Canelo hit him with a vicious shot, and he got up. And I don't know, like, I'm sure he was hurt. I'm sure if he could have gotten up, he would have. But we've just so used to seeing this guy getting hit with wrecking ball shots and coming back. And this punch that landed on him didn't look much more than any of the other shots that we've seen him get caught with. And it was always able to recover from. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I agree, man. I agree. It was nuts. Munguia was winning this fight, man. But Surace, I thought that he was connecting with shots. Maybe one or two big shots per round.
Yeah.
But he was still connected. He was trying.
Every now and then he would get that right hand through.
Yeah. But he didn't do enough to win any rounds, I didn't think.
No.
You know, as I'm watching this, I didn't score it, but I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, I don't think he won that. I think that, you know, it was there. Man, I'll tell you what, in the 6th round, Munguia got clipped with a looping right hand. That thing looked like it came from the floor. It was wide. It was a big shot, man. Clipped him, dropped him. Munguia didn't see that shot coming. He beat the count, but was in no condition to continue. He got up. He was wobbly. Ref stopped the fight. I saw somebody say that the count was fast or something along those lines. Listen, it doesn't matter. He wasn't fighting. You could have counted to 100. His
legs looked like they were gone. He was hurt.
Well, you could see it. He was bouncing. Even after the referee stopped it, he like went against the ropes and everything like that. He was not. I mean, it was a good stoppage. It was a great stoppage, actually. And that was it for the upset of the year, man. I'll tell you what. That was. I was shocked. I was completely floored watching this fight, man. B, what were your thoughts on this?
I was speechless. I was speechless. I fell asleep. I woke up and I seen Munguia on the canvas, and then I had to go back and watch it again afterwards. Man. But yeah, I have no words for what I saw last night. I really don't. I
don't either, man. I didn't even watch it live. I was watching a UFC last night. I was watching that Covington fight last night. And as soon as I was done, went over to ESPN and saw that it was all over. And I was like, oh, okay, you know, and started, wow. Yeah.
When he got hit with the shot, I thought he was going to get up. I thought he was. I've seen him hurt before, and he's always recovered. And then when he got up and struggled to his feet and couldn't beat the count, I was like, damn, this is crazy. What's going on here?
Yeah.
So, you know, they like Paul Williams, Antonio Margarito, you have these guys that have these iron chins, and you say to yourself, well, they're not, you know, these guys are hard to knock out. They may never get knocked out in their whole career, but it doesn't matter how great your chin is. You just get hit in the sweet spot one time, and involuntarily your body just shuts down on you and you have no control over it. So like when Shane Mosley knocked out Margarito, everyone was shocked with that. When Paul Williams got knocked out with one shot by Sergio Martinez, put him out cold, that was another shocker, because these are guys who are getting banged around, taking tons of punishment, and always were able to recover. But I guess no one's invincible, no one's bulletproof in this sport, and anyone can get knocked out.
Mm-hmm. And I think Gavin's Ghost sums it up perfectly here. Said that Canelo bag has to sap motivation too. He's right.
Yeah.
He's right. I mean, you're not fighting Canelo. You're fighting in your hometown. You're fighting a nobody, you know, and that's what they brought him in, because he was a nobody. Nobody knew who this guy was.
Wasn't a big name.
We got people in the chat saying they picked Brunello by stoppage, and we picked Brunello. Okay.
Brunello's not even his real name, man. You can't even spell his name. His name's Bruno.
Bruno Surace, yeah.
His name's Bruno Surace. So we know you didn't bet on him, because you would have never got a ticket that said Brunello on it. No Brunello fought last night. Fucking goofballs.
I didn't see they said Chavez Sr.'s reaction was good. I heard this last night too, but I didn't see his reaction. So it must have been one for the ages there.
Well, people were getting mad because he was taking pictures with Surace at the end of the fight. Surace walked up to me.
You don't think Surace is a fan? You know, I mean,
he was like starstruck. He got to take a picture with Julio Cesar Chavez.
You got like Michael Jordan in front of you right there, the boxing world. Right. You know, I mean, yeah, you got to take a picture with him. You know,
was like getting mad. Why is Chavez taking a picture with him? He's a traitor. What's he supposed to do? Push him away?
Supposed to do? Mars Boxeo, thank you so much, man. We appreciate it. Saludos, Eric and Beeb. Munguia showed actually improvement under Freddie Roach. Shouldn't have left that camp. Needs to rematch Frenchie and avenge that loss.
Yeah. I don't want to take anything away from Surace, but if they fight 10 times, I think Munguia wins 9 out of 10 times. I mean,
I think he was just bigger. He was stronger. And Surace says his best fighting weight is at 160 anyway. So he was actually coming up in weight.
Yeah,
his best weight is at 160.
And then you hear guys
out tomato cans.
Yeah. Then you hear guys like the mighty Rick Glacier on Twitter. Oh, more horrible matchmaking. It's always horrible matchmaking the day after the fight.
Yeah.
Or after or right after the fight when someone loses.
Horrible matchmaking. Like anybody thought, if you would have saw the first 4 rounds, Beeb, I mean, really, the first 3 rounds, because he got clipped in the 4th round as well. But in the first 3 rounds, you see that the knockdown and come on, man. You didn't even give him, and even with that, you didn't give him a round.
He was behind 5 rounds to zip.
What exactly did Glazer see? You know what I'm saying? Like, what exactly did you see in this guy that made you pick him prior to? Stop it.
Everybody loves to be the person to say, I told you so. Man.
Yeah.
Who cares, bro?
Can you imagine what the odds were on that? I don't even know what the odds were. What
Yeah,
are they? Minus 800. We're probably not going to get them now, but
I see if I can get them.
But yeah, the odds had to be just insane, like minus, 900 or something like that, or plus 900.
Oh yeah, they had to be gigantic.
They had to be, but they won't put them up. I mean, they won't put them up if they're that far either. We've seen that too.
Yeah, sometimes they won't do a line for certain fights. They're that one-sided. Yeah, I'm just if I can find those odds.
There was what was the one that they didn't?
Oh, you're gonna laugh when I tell you. You're gonna laugh when I tell you. Surace came into the ring a plus 1200. Munguia was a minus 2500.
Yeah, Rigman said, yep.
A minus
2500. A plus. That means what? You have to bet $2,500 if you bet on him to win 100. Yeah.
So he was basically a 19-1 underdog. Not quite Buster Douglas level, but
right. He was up there.
Close.
It's like you said, Tomas made another great point here. It says horrible matchmaking. This guy was a middleweight with less than a 20% KO ratio. Right.
So if you put 100 on Surace, you got $1,200. See how they gank you though, Eric?
They do, man.
You got to put 2,500. Like he's a minus 2,500, but Surace is a plus 1,200. Like you see how they juice you? It's
insane, right?
See how they juice you?
It's insane. Jerry, you're here late, so go back and review the beginning of the show if you want to know what happened. Let's see here. Yeah, so. Munguia, he looked the same. Who's training him now? And why did he leave Freddie Roach?
I think he's back with Morales, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, I gotcha. That's not that's not bad. I don't think Morales is a bad choice, but he did seem to show improvement under the, I don't know. Yeah. Is it upset? Raffaele said, is it upset of the year though? Yeah. Who else? I mean, who would you give it to?
I don't know. I have to take a look at it, but it's definitely going to be in the list.
I mean, who else would you possibly give that to?
I have no idea.
The highest, think about it. Like that's the highest, level fighter that's been dethroned by like a journeyman, really.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's heard of that dude,
No,
and again, man, we do this every day. Yeah. That we look at the news and everything like that every day, man. We're plugged in as much as you can be plugged in. And I don't know who that guy was.
I don't know who that guy is.
We never heard of him. And we know that, you and I know that boxing's a deep sport.
Sure.
That just because we haven't heard of him doesn't mean the guy sucks.
There's like I think over 10,000 registered boxers in the world.
Well, and you got to understand that luck plays a part in who gets titles and who doesn't, because luck gives you the opportunity.
Yeah.
Look at Marty Jakubowski. Remember him? Was he 80-0? He was 80 or 90-0. and fought Chavez or whatever. And I
Yeah.
mean, like, nobody had heard of this dude.
I know.
Nobody had heard of this dude. But he had all these fights and all these wins. And you would think somewhere along the line, somebody noticed him. But again, it's a lot of luck to even get to the level where you're fighting for titles or fighting on TV or anything like that. So it's a deep sport, but nobody heard of this guy. Jerry says it's a very fast count. It doesn't matter. He got him wobbling. The fight was stopped. Doesn't matter if it was fast or not. He was done, man.
A lot of people are saying it was a quick count. I didn't notice it real time. Maybe
he was up. He beat the count, though. I mean, he beat the count. So whatever.
I don't think he beat the count. I don't think he actually beat the count, Eric. I think he got counted out. But he
did he get counted out?
Yeah, but when he made it to his feet,
even still,
he was still out.
Even if he didn't beat the count, okay, he was out when he got up.
Yeah.
You could see him falling all over the place.
We've gone over this before. Every referee's 10 count is going to be different. It's not 10 seconds. It's how someone counts.
It's how fast he counts. Look at the Buster Douglas. Remember the Mike Tyson fight where they were talking about, no, it's a slow or fast count, whatever.
Yeah.
It's you.
They said when Buster Douglas got knocked down by that uppercut. I think it was in what round was it? I think was it in round. Was it in round 10? He got knocked. I forget the round. The round Mike Tyson. No, it was round 8. He knocked Buster Douglas.
Knocked him out in the uppercut. Knocked him down in the 8th. Excuse me.
And then they were saying that the count was too slow, and he should have been counted out. So, yeah. No, I'm not disagreeing with you, Jerry. I just maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. It's hard because, like I said, every referee is going to count at a different cadence. So it could have. A lot of people say it was fast. Real time when I was.
Would you have let him? I mean, Jerry. I mean, if you watched the fight, which I'm assuming you did, when he got up, even if he was up at 9, right? If he was up at 9, which I thought he was up at 9, but whatever. I mean, whether he got counted out or he was up at 9, would you have let him continue? You saw it. You saw him like falling all over the place. He could not continue.
They said he was counted. Yeah, they said he was counted out. Like when I was watching it, so I thought it was counted out. If he got up at 9 and the ref stopped it, I could have sworn he was counted out. So
yeah,
let's see what the official ruling was on the on BoxRec.
Yeah, that's right. And like Gavin said, there was no protest either. That's right. There was no protest.
If it says TKO, then he got up. Then he did get up, and the ref.
What was he? Yeah, what is on BoxRec?
Let me see if it says KO or TKO.
Okay.
No, it says KO, so he was counted out.
He was counted out then. That's a knockout.
So if it was so he got counted out.
No, Jerry, he was out.
No, he was counted out. He was counted out. It's listed as a knockout on BoxRec. It's KO.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, lost.
It says KO.
Yep.
If he waved it off, it would have said TKO. Yeah, so it's a KO.
Yeah, and he was out, man. I mean, even when he got up, you could see he was out. So, and the referee didn't inspect him because there was no reason to.
Because he didn't beat the count. Why do you have to? If he didn't beat the count, you don't have to expect him.
All I'm saying is, like, if you look at him after that count and he's falling all over, he can't stand up straight. What are you going to send him out there? I mean, ain't no way, man.
Yeah. So
got hurt.
Once again, you know who was wrong.
Right. Exactly.
He beat the count.
You guys don't know what you're talking about. Blah 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 blah. Adam Hurley said he protested a little, but not much. It didn't look like he protested too much, if anything. Fight Doctor says rules have to be ready before the fight, before the count of 10. Yeah, right.
Yeah, he didn't beat the count.
A lot of people said it was a fast count, but I don't. Again, man, he was hurt. He was very hurt, man. Like he couldn't have continued anyway. It was the right call, man. It was the right call, no matter what. What's next for Munguia? Does he rematch this guy? Is it worth? I guess number one, is it worth a rematch with this guy, or do you just move forward and try to get a bigger money fight?
I mean, I think it's good to get a rematch with this guy just to get the blemish off your record, but they may not. But you're gonna have to come back. Like after this performance, is anyone gonna want to see him jump right in there with Berlanga off? Like, you know what I'm saying? So maybe it would be good to rematch this guy, get the blemish off there, and just get another win under your belt. And then you can jump back in with a different guy like a Berlanga or a Caleb Plant or somebody. So,
right. And guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Before you guys do anything, go ahead and like and subscribe if you like what we're doing, and it helps us out a lot. Let's see here. So what do you? I mean, so if you're Surace,
yeah.
I mean, this guy just hit the lotto because his next fight, he will make more money in his next fight than he's made in his entire career.
Guess who he's going to fight next? I bet you.
Who?
He'll probably fight Berlanga next.
I'll tell you what, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. And you know what? I'm going to tell you this right now. That's a good fight. That's a good fight. I don't hate it. I don't hate it, man.
But I think Surace should probably rematch Munguia again.
Santeo, when do we vote for Caller of the Year? Stop it. What's the matter with you? Versus Trevor McCumbee, Surace versus Trevor McCumbee, I think.
That's another good one, right?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Tony Ayo says Rosado's fighting Berlanga. Oh, I hope not.
I hope not. Don't even fool around with that one.
Gavin the Ghost Spring, that chin may be perma-cracked. You know what? What about that? You know, everybody knows that once you get KO'd like that, that chin ain't never going to be the same. You know, once that steel is bent, it's easier and easier to bend steel after that.
You know, it's crazy because Pacquiao had early in his career, he suffered some pretty bad knockouts. Yeah, he got knocked out twice early in his career.
De La Hoya too. Yeah.
Then he suffered another one against Marquez. But he seemed to always come back after his knockouts. Now, same thing with Duran. Remember Duran? Face first against Tommy Hearns.
Yeah.
But he came back and he fought bigger guys and beat them.
Yeah.
Beat Iran Barkley, right?
Yeah. Well, in De La Hoya, if you remember, like his first few fights, within like his first 10 fights or something like that, it wasn't uncommon for him to hit the deck.
Yeah,
I remember he came out smiling and waving to the crowd and everything like that. And then, but then later on, I mean, he could take a shot,
Absolutely.
I don't know. You think like that, like I said, that, you think about like Chuck Liddell or somebody like that in the UFC who had such an iron chin and he gets knocked out once and then it's a pattern,
That's right.
So, yeah, man, it's crazy. I tell you, I don't know, and I hate to take a dump on those announcers again. I mean, I really don't because, I like Chris Algieri, but he's not an announcer.
You don't like him?
I like him as an analyst where when he would like watching him before the fight.
When he's in the studio.
When he's in the studio. Yeah, when he's in the studio. I don't like him ringside calling the fight because he's boring. He's just boring when he calls the fights. When he's in the studio, he's in his element because he can bounce ideas back and forth. He can talk about things, and you listen to him because that's that's
he's
where
great at breaking down fights. He's great
at that, right? But when you sit him on the sideline or trying to have him call a fight, he's not good. And I don't know who the other broad with him was. And let me tell you what, whoever thought it was a good idea, number one, to put either one of those two ringside is an idiot.
Was it Claudia Trehouse? Was she? I think it was Claudia Trehouse.
I don't think it was Claudia. No, she was a younger chick, some younger broad. I don't know.
Oh, was it? What's her name? Christina Poncher?
Yeah, I guess so. One of those.
I love her though.
You're an idiot. No, you. I know why you like her.
Well,
I know why.
You have a soft spot in my heart for the little petite, for the little petite ones. I like
the little petite ones.
She's really cute.
So yeah, I thought she was terrible. I thought Algieri was equally as terrible on that platform. You know what I mean? But they couldn't get Tessitore. Why? Because he was in the WWF. He was in WWE. He was in Saturday Night Main Events, man.
Buddy.
Right. Oh man.
Do you know how happy Jesse was that he was doing? Like he was so
He looked genuinely happy. I saw the video of him up there and everything like that. He looked genuinely happy.
He was doing interviews.
40 years. I think did he say 40 years since he's been there?
Yeah.
Can
I say something? I love what Triple H is doing with the WWE right now.
Much better.
He's reaching out to a lot of people that went out on bad terms. He's bringing them back in, and he brought Rock back in. And I guess Rock owns, what's the company that owns WWE and UFC now?
What is it? I don't remember, but I know who you're talking. But he's an owner in that.
He's on the board of directors for that.
Right.
The Rock. So
that's insane how much power that guy has.
Is it called TKO, Eric?
No,
it's not TKO anymore. It's
I
something
can't
else
remember.
now.
Maybe it is TKO.
No, I
Well,
think it is
Gavin and
It is
yeah,
TKO now. Yeah, it's
Gavin and
TKO.
Tony are saying yeah. So
Yeah, the other it was something else before, but now it's called TKO. And Rock's on the board of directors. And yeah, him and Triple H get along very well. That last WrestleMania was very, very good.
I thought it was pretty good too.
Yeah, I stopped watching wrestling for a while, but I actually watched that WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And I was so impressed with like Rock can still take bumps the way he can.
He's in crazy shape, man.
Amazing.
And I don't know what he's on as far as like extracurriculars he's on, man. But
Even
that guy,
still, though,
how old is he? How old is he, man? I mean, he's got to be. How old is The Rock? Let me see.
He's a couple years younger than me. I think he's
52. He's
52. Yeah.
He's a year older than me.
Yeah, he's 3 years younger than me. And
that's insane.
Yeah,
HGH. Yeah, Fight Doctor says HGH. I believe.
Even still, though, even like with the HGH and the TRT, whatever the fuck he's taking, you still got to live the life. You know what I mean?
And Tony, I agree. Claudia Trejos, yes, I agree with you. I agree with you there. She is, yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Now, ironically enough, Hulk Hogan, who was not at Saturday Night's Main Events, was at the UFC event last night in Miami or in Florida or wherever it was last night, and he walked out Colby Covington. Colby Covington actually came out to the Hogan's theme song, The Real American.
You know, and, Tom Aspinall?
Tom Aspinall, yeah.
He was on Pierce Morgan.
Uh-huh.
And Pierce Morgan asked him, he goes, if you fight Jon Jones, can I walk out to the ring with you? And he said yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
I like Pierce Morgan.
Awesome. Pierce Morgan. I like Pierce Morgan too.
He irritates me sometimes, but I like him though. He's very entertaining.
I like Pierce Morgan.
He's hilarious.
He's good. He asks good questions, man. He's really good. Yeah.
I like when he's interviewing somebody, they say something he doesn't like. He's like, all right, hold on.
With respect, he always puts that with respect in. I was like, I'm gonna start using that too. Yeah. Colby got bashed last night, man. That was pretty crazy. But yeah, that fight, Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall will be the next big heavyweight fight to take place. Dana's already said it. He said 100% that fight's happening. He said it last night.
Yeah, I think. What do you think the guaranteed purses? What do you think the guaranteed purses will be for that fight? You think they'll give Jon Jones something like? They won't give him $20 million for that fight, will they? For a guarantee, they don't go that high, will they?
Yeah, I think they will.
Did they give him a $20 million guarantee?
He'll make a truckload of money. Yeah, he'll make a truckload of money. Because he said, I mean, he was already fishing in his last fight, talking about, well, I won't do it unless it's like life-changing money. Listen, man, they've got the ability to give you life-changing money. It may take place in Saudi Arabia, but they'll give you life-changing money, man. Yeah, they'll get that. Yayo thinks he's going to get 16 million. JDM says 10 million for John. Listen, I'll tell you what, man, that Aspinall fight, Aspinall's really good, but until I see Jon Jones lose a fight officially, I can't bet against him.
Everybody's saying Aspinall would beat him though.
But Aspinall's really good.
But I'm not ready to give up on Jon Jones either, Eric.
Jon Jones is really good, but listen, man, he beat what was it? Stipe was out for 3 years, come on a comeback. And he gets a title shot number 1, which I don't know how that happens, but whatever. He goes in there. I mean, like I said, man, Jon Jones just ripped him up. But it was Stipe, who's 3 years. It's not a young dude. It's not a young guy. It's not one of these young guys that come out there, man. And the heavyweight division isn't that like great right now, but Aspinall is really good.
Aspinall is really good.
And any one of those dudes can put your lights out like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I'll tell you what, it's I agree. Tony Ayo says he lost to Gustafsson. I agree. He lost that fight.
A lot of people think he lost that fight. Yeah.
I thought he lost the fight against that other dude too, the Latin dude, I thought.
Was the Brazilian dude?
Yeah, maybe it was a Brazilian dude or something like that.
Yeah.
But you know who I'm talking about.
I know you're talking about too.
And I thought he lost that one too. But again,
some people think he lost that one too.
Judges give it to him. So until he loses that fight on the cards or officially,
I think both of those fights were close enough where you can make an argument he could have gotten a decision. But here's the thing, Eric. You're so used to seeing the guy dominate. If he's in a close fight, like it's almost like he loses if he's in a close fight.
And listen, man,
Reyes, thank you, Rigman.
That fight with Chael Sonnen. Yeah, Reyes, you're right. That fight with Chael Sonnen that Jon Jones had.
Yeah.
Jon Jones ended it in the first round. His toe was broken. They were going to stop the fight between rounds. It was that bad. I think it was like compound fractured.
It was hanging off.
They were going to stop the fight.
Now
and
let
he
me
knew
ask you this. Did they tape it in between rounds?
No, it didn't go past the first round.
Okay.
He ended it in the first round, and he knew he had to end it because, again, if they went to the corner, they were going to stop that fight. Yeah. That guy can fight, man. That guy, he's a lion, man. And you're gonna have to earn the win in order to get him, man. You're gonna have to earn that one.
You do.
Gonna have to earn that one. Let's go to DAZN here. Rajan Akhmadiliev versus Ricardo Espinoza. This was a quick one, man. Akhmadiliev one-sided stops Espinoza in the third round to win the WBA interim WBA super bantamweight title. What happened to the WBA reducing titles, by the way?
I have no idea.
Akhmadiliev controlled it from start to finish, one-sided as expected. Knocked him out in the third round, I believe. I believe it was a third round knockout.
Third round
knockout.
Yeah.
That's right.
That was correct. Yeah.
He's now the mandatory for Inoue. So that's a decent fight, man. That's not a bad fight.
Yeah. Unless Inoue moves up or he's going to fight Nakatani, who, if Nakatani were to move up, then that's the only fight that I think makes sense.
Yeah.
Right now at 122.
Yeah. Dillian White, Tony Pugilistic Boy said that Dillian White, did we see Dillian White? I didn't see the fight. We just read about it now. Read that Dillian White won.
Tony? How did he look
him in the seventh. So
I heard he didn't look great in the fight. But
how could he look great in the fight?
Up until the point in the stoppage.
He hasn't looked great in years, man.
No, he hasn't.
I don't know why are they still why are they still having him fight? Why is he still fighting, man?
The good thing about the UK is they never give up on you. They never gave up on Bruno, right? They just, when you lose, they still love Chisora. I like Chisora too, but okay. So Tony said it was a one-sided fight. Okay,
one-sided fight.
Yeah.
The guy he was fighting, I'd never heard of the guy he was fighting either, but maybe you guys heard him. A lot of times, like the English cards, they get really excited about him because they know, they're all local guys or whatever. Yeah. Chisora and White, will fight forever. Yeah, right, Tony.
Yeah, Dillian and Chisora. See, now if Chisora and Dillian White were fought in America because they lost multiple times, American fans would just give up on them. But the thing, that's why I love the UK fans, because they never give up on you.
Yeah, let me bring Robert on. Robert, are you there?
Hello, guys. Okay.
What's up with the delay? What do you need? Why can't you just, when we go to you, why can't you just be ready?
I had to take myself off of mute, Joe, so give me a break. Anyway,
takes 2
go ahead,
hours.
Eric.
All right, so what did you think of the Munguia fight and what happened there?
First of all, Jerry is wrong as usual. He was counted out. And there was no way he could have continued.
No.
And, I don't know how good this guy is going to be to beat him. I'd never seen him until yesterday. But I'd like to see a rematch and see if the result repeats itself. But if you're top ranked now, you invested a lot of money in Munguia here, because remember, after Munguia lost to Canelo, Oscar kicked him to the curb, and Bob couldn't wait to pick him up. I thought, first of all, I questioned why he was fighting in Mexico. I figured it was a hometown thing, but
why not?
We didn't.
With us. Can't put fights in our neighborhood anymore.
Yeah. Well,
I said yeah.
Let me finish. Since we
finish, he says.
This guy, I thought, okay, you have this fight last night, you take care of business, and then you move on to somebody like Christian and Billy, Edgar Berlanga, Caleb Plant, somebody like that. But now that he got KO'd, and he got seriously KO'd by a guy that only had 4 knockouts, so that's going to raise all kinds of questions. I know Top Rank is good at rebuilding fighters. They may have to really rebuild him before he gets back on the level that we thought he was at. We'll just have to wait and see.
So, do you think that no fight should take place in Mexico?
No. I wasn't saying that, Eric. I was just questioning.
Robbie, first of all, the anti-Mexican rhetoric is not good, man. All right,
You mean
please. There's
I
nothing
wasn't?
wrong with fighting in Mexico. I
I
mean,
wasn't being.
Puerto Vallarta is a very good vacation spot down there. I mean,
I
please,
wasn't being anti-Mexico.
What's the matter?
please. They have nice Publixes down there. I mean, they got good stores. I mean, don't sell Mexico short, please.
Did you say Publix?
Joe, why
Did
do you
say
have to
Pub-
blow
what's the
everything
matter
out of
with you?
proportion? Okay.
Well, I'm just trying
Anyway.
to. I don't want to turn off our Mexican fan base.
No, I'm not. I wasn't being
I mean,
anti-Mexico. I'm just
I
raising
just
a
don't
question.
want to turn off our Mexican fan base because of your anti-Mexican rhetoric.
Give me a break, okay? Anyway, as far as the zone card with Medaya, I would like to see him fight Inoue, but Inoue's got all the cards. He can do whatever he wants. And so, he's going to fight Sam Goodwin, and I don't know how much of a contest that's going to be for Christmas Eve. But, I do think Madaev has earned his shot, and I would like to see him eventually fight Nakatani.
That's the fight that's going to happen. Yeah, that's the fight that's going to be made next.
Yeah.
I think that's the big fight. I really do. I think he's going to fight Goodman in February. That fight was delayed. Goodman got a cut over his right eye, I believe. And that fight's delayed till February.
Okay.
And February 23rd, maybe. I don't know, something like that. But then after that, I believe he's going to fight Nakatani next. They're both under top-ranked banner.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense not to make that happen.
I think the Nakatani fight will happen before Inoue moves up. That's just my opinion.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's going to leave Eddie Hearn's guy out in the cold. And of course, Eddie was throwing an absolute fit in the ring. Did you see that?
Yeah, I mean, that's not any way to get the fight, sitting there disparaging the guy.
No, he was absolutely. I mean, come on. I like Eddie Hearn as a promoter, but what he did yesterday in the post-fight in the ring, that's kind of uncalled for. I don't know why you go to that extent.
What did he say? What did he say exactly?
He basically said that Inoue was ducking Akhmadaliev.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
And Tony, thank you so much. It's January 24th. You're 100% correct. Thank you.
Okay. And, Inoue is not going to duck anybody because, let's face it, he can make a boatload of money anytime he brings anybody over to Japan. Remember, he's in the position where people normally have to go to him. He doesn't have to go to anybody else's hometown. They normally have to go to him. So I don't know what the purpose of Eddie doing that yesterday was. That was to me that was uncalled.
I think Inoue deserves his respect.
He absolutely deserves his respect. And I tell you what, if I'm Inoue, if I'm top rank, and listen, you're gonna wait now. Listen, nobody's looking. I got Nakatani. That's a huge fight.
That's right.
Let me tell you what, it's a bigger fight than this one.
That's right.
It's a bigger fight than Goodman. So yeah, and in fact, the Goodman fight, we could do that on any continent and sell out. You can do that in Australia, or you can do that in Japan. Either one is going to sell out. What are we going to do with him? Where are we going to sell that fight out at?
I remember Bob.
Where are we going with that one? Come on.
I remember Bob was talking about that Akhmadaliev fight. He just didn't seem too keen on it for whatever reason.
Because there's no money in it. Again, that's what it's going to boil down to. Because again, with Goodman, you got the Australians and everything like that. You can make money with it. You could take him to Japan and just make money there. The Nakatani fight is huge.
I agree with I am your leader and Diggy that if he didn't lose at the Palace, he most definitely would have gotten the shot at Inoue. So
yeah, exactly.
And look at it this way: with the Nakatani fight, you can put that in the Tokyo Dome and sell that place out.
It will be in the Tokyo Dome, and it'll be sold out quick.
Absolutely,
that's right. Yeah,
I mean, both those guys are huge over there. So yeah, man. Hey, what did you think of Chris Algieri and that other broad talking about the fights?
I like both of them, but normally she works because she does the Japan card. If you watch the Japan card,
I usually watch them with the sound off. I usually don't hear her.
But she normally does the Japan cards, and she works better with Ollie Walsh. He's a better person for her to work with than Chris Algieri. Chris Algieri did not work well with her last night.
I didn't think Chris. Yeah, I didn't like either one of them.
Who was it? What's her name, Robert?
It was Christina Poncher.
Oh, was Christina Poncher? Okay, because sometimes I can't tell. So I like Christina Poncher.
Yeah, Beeb's got a little thing for Christina Poncher apparently,
She's
and
cute.
which is keeping him from being objective right now.
I can't be. I'm not really being objective with Christina Poncher because she's such a sweetheart of a lady.
That's all right. Listen, I don't mind Claudia Trejos either. I think the term that was thrown around earlier in the show, I think that fits. There you go. How old is Claudia Trejos?
I think she's
not that old.
I think she's my age. Maybe.
No.
Let me see how old she is.
Is she?
She's not. I mean, how old is Claudia? Let's find out how old Claudia Trejos is.
Man doesn't even say. Yeah, does it say how old she is?
Yeah, she's kind of attractive. She's attractive herself too.
She was on The Bold and the Beautiful.
Was she really?
Yeah. That's why.
I think she's
she's like a superstar or something like that.
Yeah, she was on The Bold and the Beautiful. You're correct.
Yeah. Let me do age. Hold on. Let me see if it picks it up. Nope. What?
She's 53, right?
I don't know. I can't find it. I'm looking. How old is she, Robert?
I don't. I would.
Right, hold on.
I would have to. I would have to guess she's a year or two younger than Joe, at least. And I would say Christina Poncher is even younger than that.
Yeah, Christina Poncher is looks like if she's in her 20s or 30s.
Yeah, she's in her. I think Christina Poncher's in her 30s.
Yeah.
55, Joe. She's 55.
Told you she was my age.
Yeah, she likes what I can do on the mic. Let me tell you that.
What? Oh, please.
Oh.
Beep has a crush on Poncher.
Christina Poncher, I think she had a baby too. She had a baby recently. Yeah.
It's yours?
No, stop. Please.
I said, is it yours? Yeah, it's mine. What's the matter with you?
Please.
Maron. Off the ropes boxing and MMA says he's seen Poncher in person last week in Phoenix. She's hot. Total smoke show.
She's really pretty.
Christina Poncher is 40. Yeah, she's all right. I mean, yeah, she's all right. Listen, I just don't like listening to her speak. That's all. What's wrong with that? Why I can't say that? What I think she's attractive. You want me to be honest? Okay, she's attractive.
I'll be honest. I think you're just being a little hard on her for some reason. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'll say you're hard on her.
I don't know what it is.
Man. What's wrong with you?
I don't know why.
How am I being hard on her? What did I say? I don't like listening to her. I could look at. I'm saying that she should be seen.
You know what I think happened?
That's what I'm saying.
You may have seen her at one of the events.
Yeah.
She kind of gave you the cold shoulder, and now all of a sudden you don't like
her. She ain't giving me the cold shoulder, son.
She ain't
giving me the
cold shoulder. Blew you off at one of the events. You asked her if you could take a picture with her. She said, "Get out of here, kid. I'm busy."
She was taking a picture with me. That's what it was. She was like, "Hey, can I have I know who you are, ringside. Can I take a picture with you?" I brushed her off or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mad because she was busy.
I got mad because she was busy.
She didn't want to take a picture with you. And now you're going to hold it against her.
She'd have wanted to take a picture with me. Trust me on that. Eric doesn't have enough meat. That's why he's hating. You guys are so cold-blooded, man. You guys are out for blood today. All right, Robert, we're going to put you back on hold. We may bring you back on.
All right.
Then again, we may not. Yep. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Get lost.
You're such a jerk.
Yeah, she's married. She has 2 children. She resides.
Who's she married to?
I don't know.
You already looked her up that quick?
Yeah, I'm always,
Wow. You just wanted to know the whole thing, man. Eric got rejected for a pick. I'm telling you, man. I don't even know
rejected, man.
I'm going to tell you right now, I couldn't pick this chick out of a lineup.
Got rejected, man.
She's married to Dad. Daddy says he's married to me. Oh, come on, B. We're cuter than that dude, man.
I don't want to. I don't
I'm
want
gonna
to
tell
be.
you this. I'm gonna tell you.
I don't want to
You
be
are
a
cuter.
hater.
Come on, man.
I don't want to be a
Come
hater,
on,
but
man. Both me and Beeb got him,
I
man.
don't want to be a
Come
hater,
on.
but I'm a lot better looking than that guy, man.
Oh, come on, man.
Look at the skin, man. Look at the skin. No wrinkles.
Flawless.
No wrinkles.
Flawless,
Nothing.
right?
Very few grays.
I know.
That guy's got. Look at the guy's hairline, man. Look at this guy's hairline, man.
Look at his hairline. You're already picking on the dude.
Look at this guy's hairline, man.
Messing with the hairline. Why are you messing with that dude's hairline?
It looks like a launch pad.
Oh, stop it, man.
Look at the Beeb's hairline. Look at this. Look at this lineup right here. I go to the Dominican. Man. I go to the Dominican barber. Look at the lineup. See the lineup right here? Puts the straight edge right on the sides. Look at you,
man. What are you doing?
It's a straight edge right on the sides.
Well, he's sweating over there. Kind of looks like Mike Epps. He does kind of look like Mike Epps, doesn't he? Beeb uses just for men.
I don't. I swear to God, this is natural. Look at this.
I believe it. Listen, I believe it, man.
Take a wet towel, put it over the top of it, run the fingers through it.
He's probably got like a whole skin thing going on at home and everything.
I use Oral Gold products. Isn't Reese Mack taking shots? Don't take shots at the Beeb,
Reese Mack. All right, let's talk about the upcoming fights here. December 21st in Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Junior Makabu versus Wagdi Atia, 10 rounds, light heavyweights. No TV on that one, but Junior Makabu, man, that used to be Don King's guy.
That's right.
Back in the day, man. Yep. This is how bad is it when Don King drops you now? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, he's got nobody, man.
I know.
December 21st, the big one on DAZN pay-per-view, $40. $40, by the way. And is this fight worth $40? We'll talk about it in a second. But Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury, 12 rounds for Usyk's undisputed heavyweight championship. So he's actually going to defend the undisputed title. There you go. How about that? Sergey Borachuk versus Ishmael Davis, 12 rounds junior middleweights. Isaac Lowe versus Lee McGregor, 10 rounds featherweights. When was the last time the undisputed championship got defended heavyweight?
Well, this isn't actually undisputed, unfortunately, because what's his name's got the IBF.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's what sucks.
He doesn't have an interim or anything?
No.
I thought they were going to keep it intact.
They stripped him. They stripped him of the IBF, and
that's what I thought. That's what I had thought too. That's why I'm surprised when I read it because it said undisputed, and this is from ESPN.
Yeah, that's okay.
And typically, they're usually pretty good.
Can I tell you something though? It's undisputed as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, me too. I mean,
you know what I mean?
Right. That's right. Because I know. Yeah.
So
I mean, listen, man. But the undercard isn't great. The undercard isn't great. But it's $40. It's not $80.
It's okay. It's not great.
Yeah, I think that I think it's worth it. I think the main event
sells itself.
Will be worth it. The main event alone will be worth it. So yeah, I would say so. Let's talk about that main event real quick. And we'll bring Robbie on in a second for his prediction. But let's talk about the main event. Who's the odds on to win this fight? What are the odds on this fight?
Usyk is a -170. Tyson Fury is a +140, and it's almost identical. It's identical odds, but it was flipped the other way in the first fight. So Fury was a -170 in the first fight. Usyk was like a +140. Yeah. So now it's kind of flipped. And I understand why. Obviously, Usyk should be the favorite. He won the first fight, so that's fair.
Yeah, I think so too.
But it's still close.
It's got to be real close. It's got to be razor close, man. It's just like the first one was razor close.
The odds are still close. Yeah.
I'll be honest, man. I still favor Usyk in this fight. I still like him. Yeah. I think, again, you always like to wait till the weigh-ins to see what's going on. And usually the weigh-ins don't really change anything, but sometimes they do. I think that barring anything stupid happening at the weigh-ins, I think that Fury loses his fight. I don't think it's as close as the last one. I think Usyk is going to have him figured out this time. I think he's going to figure him out early. And I don't think it's a stoppage or anything like that. But I do think Usyk is stronger. And I think Tyson's going to be a little bit more pensive this time because I think he's going to be stronger than he thinks. But does Tyson, let me ask you this. Now, in this fight, does Tyson Fury change strategy?
Absolutely.
And does he come at him like he did Wilder in that second fight?
Absolutely. I'll give you my take on this fight. After 7 rounds, people were texting me, telling me this fight was over, right? They thought Usyk was going to get stopped. And I thought Fury went on a good run. I gave him rounds 3 through 7. I thought he won like 5 of the first 7 rounds. I had it 5-2 after 7. I thought he was cruising. I think you had it 4-3 after 7, maybe. But I had it 5-2 after 7. I thought he was cruising. And after the 7th round, the live odds, he was a -1,000. I just think Fury started to coast a little bit. And I watched the fight again today. And I noticed in round 6 and 7, he was really hurting Usyk, especially to the body. And after he hurt him, he actually stepped back and started playing around and started like showboating. And I think the mistake he made in the first fight was he got a little bit too comfortable because he thought that he was saying like, okay, I can get this guy out of here anytime I want. Now I'm in control of this fight. Whereas if he stayed on him after he hurt him, I actually thought he could have stopped him. I thought he was going to stop him. Like after round 7, like I thought he was going in round 7. Usyk, he looked like really hurt in that round. But Fury kind of let off him a little bit. So like when Usyk loves to go in and out, he's that ambush guy. Like Fury was being a little bit of a counterpuncher in the first fight. And if you notice, he was like, when Usyk would come in, he would back up a little bit, and Usyk would dip, like how he changes levels a lot. If Fury was ripping that uppercut, he was really starting to go to the body. He was hurting Usyk to the body in round 6 and 7, but he just didn't follow up. So if like Fury could still back up and be the counterpuncher, but then when Usyk goes back out to reset, he's got to follow him. You got to take that runway away from Usyk, sort of like what Chisora did. So I think Fury, he says he was having fun in there. It's okay to have fun in there because it's fun when things are going your way and you're winning, but you still have to keep up with the intensity. And I don't think he kept the intensity up as high as he could have.
I just looked at the scorecard. I just looked at my old scorecard. I had Fury up by 2 rounds at the end of the 6th round. I had him up by 2 rounds. I think I gave him the 7th round. From the 8th round on, went to Usyk.
Yeah, you gave him 3. You gave him five rounds in that fight. I think you told me.
Yeah, I think it was. I think I had it 116, 112, or something, or 117.
You had it 115 and 112 because of the knockdown.
Maybe that's right. That's what it was.
So the reason why I think Fury is going to win the rematch is because I think Usyk fought the perfect fight. I don't think Usyk can do any better than he did in that.
Really?
I do.
As smart as he is and as such a good boxer as he is, you don't think he can do anything different?
No, because, excuse me, Usyk fights the same way every fight, but that's not to say within his style, there's not a lot of nuance.
It's going to be wrinkles and yeah, right.
There's nuance to what he does, changing levels,
right?
Kind of coming in and out. You still got to time that.
Yep.
But that's his style. He's not going to stand in the pocket and bang it out with you. He's not going to just poke and prod from the outside. He's not going to be. He's an in and out mid-range fighter. Yeah. But again, that doesn't minimize his style because you still have to time the level changes and this and that. But I just think Fury needs to, keep that. He needs to post him a little bit with that lead hand. Just like when you go back, I said this before, and I'm going to repeat it. Go back and watch the Foreman-Frazier fight when Foreman would open up his palm like this, and when Frazier was trying to bob and weave, he would like put his hand out there on top of his head and kind of post him and pin him.
Yep.
Like Fury was doing that a little bit in the beginning, but he needs to continue so when he's on the outside like that, Fury needs to just like post him right there. So when Usyk likes to do that dip, you just put your hand on open glove on top of his forehead and you pin him there, and then you let him pop up. You lift your arm, you let him pop up, and then you pop him with your shot. So I think Fury can do better. I think he could bring more intensity to the fight, whereas I don't think Usyk can do any better than he did. And he fought a great fight, masterful fight. But then another thing I asked this, we can play the game of woulda, coulda, shoulda. What if that punch does not land where it lands in round? Like he landed in the perfect spot where he hit him right in the temple. And when you get hit in that temple, your body involuntarily, your legs just shut down on you. There's not like it's one thing getting hit in the jaw. You can brace yourself a little bit and you can kind of shake it off, right? You can't brace your temple. You can't brace your temple. When you get hit your temple, your legs involuntarily go. So can you envision a fight where he doesn't get hit like that and his legs don't go like that? And what happens if that doesn't happen in round 9? Because I thought that was a 6-6, 7-5 type fight, which was it's a close fight.
I get you, but you know what? In Gavin's Ghost said, put this up there, and he's right. He said trying to maul Usyk may backfire. He said he also knows Usyk can also hurt him too. You know, it's like they can both hurt each other. I think they can both hurt each other. Absolutely. Yeah. So Robert, come on here. Let me hear what you got to say about this fight here. Go ahead and finish, Beeb.
So let me just end it on this, Robert. I really looked at round 6 and 7, and I saw Usyk really hurt, particularly in round 7. And then I see Fury back up, and he's going like this and shake. If he just stays on him and does not, so when he goes back out there, you don't. He just when you're fighting the ambush guy, the guy comes forward, you can back and run him into something. But then when he goes back out, you got to follow him. Fury did not follow him on the way out. He let him off the hook and let him reset. Now, you could sit there and say, well, did Fury let him do those things, or did Usyk give him no choice but to let him do those things? I'm going to say Fury let him do those things because after he hurt him, he was like playing and shucking and jiving. Like after he hurt him, selling like it's almost like I got this guy where I want him. I can take him out at any time, and he can't have that attitude. It's okay having fun, but you gotta. It's when you love what you do. They say it's not work, but you can't go to work every day and don't bring a certain level of intensity. Because if you go in there without that level of intensity, your performance is going to suffer as a result of it. And it sounds like I'm doing a lot of cope right now for Fury. I get it. He's my cousin.
He's your guy. He's my cousin. Your guy.
But the thing is this, I just think that he could, if he picks up that intensity just one notch, I think he's going to get him out of there in round 10.
Let me tell you what, I don't think he has that intensity. I'll be honest with you. I think it's gone. I think that if you look at him, this is not the same guy that beat Wilder that second time. It's not the same guy that beat Wilder that third time. And by the way, all 3 of those fights took something out of him. Those were all hard fights.
You can make the argument.
Those were all hard fights.
You can make the argument.
And even going back to this one, when did he fade? It was down the stretch. It was down the stretch when he faded.
I thought he had a good 12th round in the fight too. I thought he was coming back a little bit in the 11th, and I thought he had a good 12th round. I actually gave him the 12th round. The 3 judges gave him the 12th round. You could argue that Usyk won the 12th round too. I mean, I just think that Fury can kick it up a notch. People thought his legs were gone. I thought he didn't look like a shot fighter to me in that fight. I mean, he was winning. He was doing well. From rounds 1 through 7, I had him up 5-2. I thought it was a competitive fight. Go ahead, Robert.
Yeah.
The one thing that concerns me, though, is I've been listening to a lot of things and a lot of interviews with Fury, and he's talking about coming in heavier. And I told Joe the other day, I said, his best bet is to come in as light as possible.
I agree.
Because he needs to be able to move around the ring. But he's talking about gaining more weight. And I think that would be a major mistake. Now, to me, size matters in this fight. In the first fight, I picked Fury because of that. I didn't think there was any way that Usyk could do any damage to him. But if he's planning on coming, see, this is why I wish we were having a show after the weigh-in, because then we would really know what kind of shape Tyson Fury is actually going to come in at. Looking at it today on Sunday, I would still pick Fury because I think size matters. But it's going to depend on what he weighs in on that scale Friday.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't know, because Fury comes in with like a 6-pack or something like that, and he looks incredible. Yeah. I think that's even worse for him because it could be overtrained, or it could be he's doing something different that he's never done before. We're used to seeing Fury a certain way. So when I look at that weigh-in, I need to see Fury like I need to see Fury, like he usually looks. I don't need to see anything out of the norm here.
Here's what I'll tell you, Robert. I like Fury at 265, but in the second Wilder fight, he was 270. Now that's okay. The Fury I don't like is the Fury at 277. So if he comes in at 268, 270, I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with 277.
Right.
So at the top end of the weight, 270 I think is okay if it's a solid weight. 265, 270s I think is the optimum weight for Tyson Fury right now. I don't like him at 277.
I think he needs to come in as light as possible because Usyk is always going to weigh, like 215, 220. He's not going to bulk up. That's not his game. So if you're going to beat a guy like Usyk because of his movement and his boxing skills, look, early in your career you showed at 6'9" you could move around the ring and you could be better than any other heavyweight. Okay, if you're going to beat this guy, you got to put on one of your best performances of your career. If you're not able to do that anymore, you may not win this fight. So I really want to see what the weigh-in looks like. But my pick today would be Fury by decision.
There you go. All right, Robert, we're going to put you back on hold here, and we're going to move along. But yeah, so that's the pick. I got Fury. Beebs got Fury. I got Usyk, and Robert got Fury. There you go. Yeah, I'll be interested to see the weigh-in and see, the differences, but who is it? Adam Hurley says he thinks it's a 50-50 fight because Fury's going to be a lot more serious. Listen, if you're not serious fighting for the heavyweight championship of the world, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's on you.
You know what I'm saying? Right. I mean,
you made the decision to do what you did in the first fight, whether or not that would have made a difference, that's still open to debate. Like,
I don't know that it would have. I mean, I think that's Fury. If Fury gets taken out of what he knows and what he's used to, and to fight you know what I'm saying? So all the stuff you saw in that first fight was all Fury. That's Fury.
But if you go back to the second Wilder fight, and I know obviously Wilder is not Usyk, but just look at that mentality that you saw in that second Wilder fight. Like, he did not fuck around at all. He was.
Well, no, you can't with egg weights in your hands. You can't. And Wilder wearing that 40-pound suit that wore him out on the way to the ring. No, you can't mess around, He was so dialed in for that second fight. Yeah.
Whereas in the first fight, he was fucking off doing the behind the hands thing.
Yep.
So I think if that intensity level that he brought in that second Wilder fight, which I think he's going to bring in this fight, I think if he does that,
man, we're gonna have a fight.
It's gonna be a great fight, bro.
It's gonna be good, man. I can't wait. And that first fight, I'll tell you what, that first fight was fight of the year. You know what I mean? Because when have you seen a fight on that level? That much promotion and everything going into it, that much hype, live up to that much hype. There's very few fights, very few.
It was an excellent
that live up to it, man. And it was. Even though it went to a decision, it was an excellent fight, man.
Excellent fight.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the news and rumors here. Not a whole lot going on. Inoue Goodman has been postponed until January 24th. Goodman actually posted a picture of his cut. It was over the right eye.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It wasn't too bad, but it wasn't the.
If it wasn't taking place next week, you know what I'm saying, or in 10 days.
It was a small cut. I don't know.
You'd probably be all right, but
it was a little small cut.
Yeah. And so what are you going to do? So this came from Top Rank. Carl Moretti. He's the VP of Top Rank. He says that Teofimo Lopez is in talks to face Boots Ennis.
I like the fight.
That's a brilliant fight, right?
I have no problem with the fight.
I mean, that's the fight. That's the fight to make. If I want to see you fight next year, that's going to be it.
I have no problem.
That's amazing, man. That is awesome. I mean, you can't beat that kind. And they said talks are going pretty well, so it sounds like it may come down.
Good.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's a great fight, man. Who would you favor in this fight right now?
I think I'd favor Boots.
I got to favor Boots too. He's bigger. He's talking about going up to 154. So you got that big. He's also a bigger guy. but
Boots.
he's also been at that weight for a while, and he can do all the stuff that Tio can do. Tio's a little bit more dynamic in what he can do, but they can both do the same things.
Yeah.
I got to go with the bigger guy in this
I'm
one.
gonna go with Boots.
But I like it. Fight doctor says Teofimo going to sleep if that fight happens.
Yeah, it's possible.
It's possible.
Boots
It
can
is
punch.
possible.
Boots can definitely punch.
Both guys can hit, man. Both guys can hit. It'll be interesting to see if Teofimo takes that up there, that power up there, you know? So we'll see. Matchroom released their schedule for 2025. They released the first 3 months. And the Zone, it's going to be on the Zone, I'm sure. And this is what you have to look forward to. This is what you're going to pay, whatever you guys pay every month for it. January 25th, Dalton Smith versus Waleed Wiza. January 25th, Diego Pacheco versus Steven Nelson. January 31st, George Ladard versus Derek Osase. Edward Rocky Hernandez on February 28th versus Rene Gueron. Come on, man. I mean, what is this? What is this? Dude, why are we even publishing this, man? Really? Like, what is this? Maybe the guys in the UK are excited about this, man, but I'll tell you what, I'm not. A lot of
American fans aren't going to be.
That was terrible.
They're not going to be chomping for those fights.
No. Yeah, that's awful, dude. Matchroom is no longer exclusive on DAZN. All right, thank you, Tony. So I wonder if it's like Sky or something like that. Or Tony, what did you think about the schedule that just came out? The Matchroom schedule. I'd like to hear like what a local has to say about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he may think it's great. And so if he thinks it's great, then who am I? I mean,
they're saying,
and that's what they like, you know. They're
saying Top Rank is gonna be we do know that Golden Boy and all those other promoters are on the Zone too, but they're not putting on crazy cards either, Tony.
No, especially Golden Boy. When it's just Golden Boy, yeah, they're not very good.
The Riyadh season is on the Zone. That is good. But again, like, you know, these are pay-per-view fights that the Riyadh season.
Right. Riyadh season is going to be pay-per-view anyway, most of the time.
A lot of the fights that are good are pay-per-view, Tony. They're not the free fights.
Yeah.
The free fights aren't that great on the Zone, to be honest.
No, they're not. Queensberry on the Zone in 2025.
Top Rank is going to be on the Zone too, but they're not going to be exclusively on the Zone. They're saying they want to work with multiple networks.
Oh, really? Okay, that's a better idea. I think that's a better idea. Yeah, what's going on with PBC? Where are they at in all this mix?
They're still with Prime, but I don't know if they're going to up the schedule a little bit. There's going to be more fights next year, or they're going to have.
Are they getting any like cross? You know, I mean, like I said, they got the. They're not. It's tough to be a PBC guy right now because you got. Those PBC have any? No, I haven't seen any PBC announcements yet.
No. Well, just the Tank Davis first. Tank Davis fight. Yeah,
that's it, right? That's it. Yeah. Just Tank. That's it. So yeah, man. I don't know. They've got to get it. They've got to get involved in Riyadh or whatever, man. So we can make these fights
David Benavidez and David Morella fighting too. So that's another one. That's a decent fight. But we still don't know what Canelo's going to do. I do have a feeling that Canelo Crawford fight may happen.
It's going to have to. There's no other. I mean, what does he got? Who else does he have? He's got nobody, Beeb.
Yeah.
Your boy's out on an island by himself. He's got nobody.
That's right.
I mean, really, like, who's he going to fight? What is he going to fight? Conor Ben, or who's the other guy? Conor Ben or Chris Eubank? Chris Eubank. Yeah, he's going to fight Chris Eubank. Seriously?
I think Chris Eubank Jr. Chris Eubank Jr. may fight Conor Ben next. I think they may get that one done. But
that's
it could be
a fight too. That's a terrible fight.
What do you do if you're Canelo? Do you fight Conor Ben or do you fight Canelo? I think you make more money with Conor Ben.
With Eubank or Conor Ben? I don't know. You put the fight in London, now we got a different story. Now we got a big fight.
Yeah.
If you put that fight in London, you got a big fight. I hope he doesn't put the fight in London. I hope he doesn't put the fight anywhere. I hope he fights Crawford. He should. He should. There you go. Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders too.
That's crazy.
There you go. And then referee Jack Reese is retiring from refereeing. He's still going to judge, but I'm glad he's done for refereeing. I never did like him.
I never liked him either.
I never liked it. Robbie loved it. Robbie loved it. That was Robbie's favorite dude is Jack Reese.
He gets
got posters of Jack Reese in his room.
he gets too
involved. Like he forgets that people aren't there to see him. They want to see these two guys fight, not you.
Then he makes guys like do like the hokey pokey and jumping jacks to try to like
you're down, and then he's got to go through this whole diatribe, stop the fight for 6 minutes.
It's like, bro, just tell him to come forward. That's it. You don't have to make him run around the block 6 times to see if they're okay.
He sucks. Yeah, KO, I agree with it. Jack Reese is trash. Good riddance.
I never
he's
liked
still going to judge, whatever. But
he's going to be a judge now instead of a referee.
Late.
If he judges like he refs, then I'm not excited about him.
No, he sucks. All right, guys, that'll do it for this edition of Ringside Reporter. As always, you can catch Joe Habib on Twitter at JHabib1 and find our YouTube channel at ringsidereporterlive.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. You can find me on X at Ringside73. And guys, we will see you next week.